What is up, guys? My name is Bryce Pruitt. This is the M1 Journey, and welcome to the channel. Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the M1 Journey. We've had a pretty roller coaster week in the markets overall. We've seen some pretty big green days, like today, but we've also seen some pretty significant red days as well. I'm hopeful that maybe we're kind of coming out of some of this volatility we've seen in the last couple weeks, particularly when it comes to stuff in the NASDAQ, like big tech stocks, big growth stocks. Been some of the biggest losers, especially over the last week, but if you're heavy invested with them, maybe it was a good opportunity to get some deals at significantly cheaper prices, especially from what we've seen recently. I expect now that we do officially have the COVID relief package passed through Congress and on the way to President Biden's desk, I expect maybe a little bit of some more steadiness in the markets. I know there were some uneasy feelings among investors of whether we'd ever get COVID relief, but that seems like that is finally coming true. So we'll see what that plays out, but I fully expect that maybe we could see a little bit of correction in the ship. So guys, as far as channel news, of course, if you are new to the channel, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all of my latest content, as well as also give me a follow on either Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, or Facebook. I have links to all those pages in the description of this video, so check that out if you haven't already. And then the last bit of news is, of course, the raffle for the $25 Walmart gift card will be coming into an end this Wednesday. So check out my post about that for more details if you have not entered already. But if you would like to enter and you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that now. That's one of the main things you have to do to be able to enter the raffle. So again, check that out. Ends Wednesday, and I'll be drawing a winner on Thursday. Lastly, but certainly not least, of course, guys, I am not a financial advisor. I am just a 21-year-old college student. So please do your own research, do your own due diligence before making any investment decisions with your money. That is just the most important advice I can give you, is just to do your own research and go with your own gut. I do this strictly for entertainment purposes, so I just like to make that clear off the bat before I get into my portfolio update. And then just one more thing, if you have not checked out my Thursday video from last week, I talked about Amazon stock. It's a pretty good video, so check that out if you haven't already. So let's take a look at the portfolios. Okay guys, so here's actually how the portfolio wrapped up for the day. The market just closed a couple minutes ago. We were green almost all day, but here in the last half hour, we kind of saw a little bit of a sell-off. I'm guessing some buyer's fatigue set in, which sometimes happens on big green days. Actually, go over, see what the final numbers look like. Yeah, the Dow really tailed off here. Finished just barely green. NASDAQ had a really good day. S&P 500 had a pretty good day, and the Russell 2000 also looking strong. I guess some of the major Dow stocks just kind of tumbled a little bit, and I think that's actually what brought my portfolio down. But for the week, we still had a relatively good week, all things considered. Had up about $375. For the month, though, pretty well just breaking even, about $200. For the quarter, still looking very strong, about 5.7% up. And then all time, since July 2nd, we're up a little over $4,100. So all good numbers there still. Keeping the current pace. As far as my winners and losers of the week, my winners actually once again is in energy. Go down here, but it is not Exxon, it is actually Pembina Pipeline. Pembina was up a little over 9% over last week, but Exxon still is on a tear. It had been my back-to-back winner over the previous two episodes, but this week it was beat out by Pembina. But actually, talking about Pembina, I am considering liquidating this position. It's not a very big one. It's worth less than $300, and I've done very well on this. It's way above my average cost. My average cost was about $20.25, and it's up around 28.5. So I am considering rerouting some of those gains into some of my more beat up positions. So we'll go here into my holdings. So yeah, definitely Costco would be one I would pour money into, as well as Procter & Gamble and Pepsi. I would definitely buy more of these because I see all of these as being at a discount at these current levels. So I think now would be a great time to go in a little more on them and just kind of see what I can do there. But we'll see. Maybe I'll do that by next episode, but I won't guarantee it. So as far as my activity for the week, did get a couple of dividends. Discover, Pfizer, and Starbucks all paid dividends in the last week. I made one actual purchase. I made an extra deposit into Target, Realty Income, and the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. Just kind of wanted to beef up some of those positions that have been a little bit down in the last couple of weeks, so I was glad to get those at a dip. You can see I made some small purchases here. I did not intend to do this. I actually was trying to fix my growth pie. I wanted these to not be in their own individual pie slices anymore. I wanted them to just show the company, since all these slices just had one company in them anyway. And in doing so, it caused it to reinvest whatever cash I had in my account. So I bought a 8,000th of a share of Disney and like a 10th of a share of Brookfield or something. So don't really pay too much attention to that. That was just a mistake on my part. But as far as the Roth IRA, pretty much the same kind of stuff going on here. Pretty much broke even over last week. For the day, we actually still looked pretty solid, even though we did have that sell-off. 3M was down today. Have to check in to see maybe what that was about and if it may be a good buying opportunity. For the month, we are down on this portfolio, a little over 1%, and then all-time, we're still up almost 12%. Activity, I did get a couple of dividends here as well with my bond ETF, and as well as Southern Company, which came in yesterday, I'm sorry. And then here is my bi-weekly deposit. So check in on my holdings here. Everything's doing pretty well except for Pepsi and the bond market ETF. Both of these are the only down positions I have. And then the aggressive portfolio, which is a little bit of a tough one to talk about, didn't have a good week, but today was a saving grace, up about 5%, because we'd really taken a beating over the last week and a half. For the month, down over 12.5% in just the last month alone. Activity here, I did make an extra deposit on the 3rd of March. So here's how it bought everything. Lemonade, since I bought it, has tanked. I pulled the trigger on Lemonade just a couple days too early, but that's not to be unexpected since it's an aggressive portfolio. But yeah, that is pretty well the gist of what happened over the last week with my portfolios. I do want to show you guys the updated spreadsheet for all my portfolios as far as like what I'm making. So here's my long-term portfolio. Here's all my annual total dividends here added up. And my net income for dividends alone is $697.88. If you watch one of my older videos for the start of the year, my goal is to get this up to 1,000 by the end of 2021. It's going to be a struggle to get there, but I'm trying to kind of follow this as the roadmap. These are my share goals for all of the stocks I currently own. So right now it's projected to cost around $9,600. It would get me about $240, which would still leave me short. But again, this is just kind of a basic plan of attack on how to get to my goals. So that was my long-term portfolio. Here is my Roth IRA, where I'm making about $71 a year in dividends, which is doing pretty well. I've got this one boosted up a little bit. Again, the same thing over here, have my goals. So So yeah, nothing too overly exciting this week. I do, like I said, I may be shaving off a couple of these positions that I'm just not as thrilled with, such as Pembina Pipeline and Dominion Energy. I'm really just trying to break even with Dominion. That is my goal. When that happens, I will almost assuredly sell it off and reinvest those funds into some of my more preferred stocks. But I don't think that'll be happening anytime soon because I am still down 6% on this position. But Pembina, that may happen here pretty soon because it is a monthly paying dividend stock, which I appreciate, but I just don't own that much of it, and I don't really have any plans to buy very much more. So I might just be better served to sell it and get some of these other stocks that I like a lot more while they're cheap. So that's going to pretty well wrap up this portfolio update, and I'll move into my final comments. So guys, that's going to pretty well wrap things up for this video. If you would like to sign up on M1 Finance, feel free to use my link down in the description, because when you do so and create your account, as well as make your first deposit, you will get $10 from M1 Finance just for using their platform, which is a great bonus for you guys and a great way to get started. And then lastly, this Thursday, I will be, of course, doing my Let's Discuss video, and I'll be talking about some opportunities to use your incoming stimulus check if you are getting one. Just what I would do to invest it, some stocks I would look at putting it into, and just kind of some general recommendations. So I hope you guys look forward to that, and I will catch you guys on Thursday.